Shalom Akim, Shalom Akwathiam. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. This is your brother Benaim from the Great Millstone Atlanta camp. After camp yesterday, a question was asked regarding who are the sons of God in Genesis, the 6th chapter. And I considered that this would be a good topic to delve into. So let's start here in Genesis chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 1 and read on down. And bear with me, Akim, because I have my sword out and I have to turn to various pages to substantiate my point, because the scriptures tells us to prove all things and hold fast to that which is good, right? So let's start in Genesis chapter 6, verse 1, and we'll read on down. And it reads, "And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them." Verse 2, "The sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they had chosen." Now, what you have to consider is that the Christian world teaches you in verse 2, when it's referring to the sons of God, they teach you that it's referring to the angels, all right? Now, those of us in this truth, we know that Adam and the men that come from his lineage are considered what? The sons of God. And how do we know? Let's turn to Luke, the 3rd chapter, and let's jump right to the 38th verse. And it tells us clearly here, and it goes through Adam's lineage, but we want to get right to the point for the sake of time. Verse 38, and it tells us, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam. And Adam was also called what? He's referred to, which was the son of God. You see, those men that came from Adam's lineage, Adam, Seth, Enoch, Noah, Shem, so forth, they were considered the sons of God. And not just anyone who came from Adam's lineage, but a specific group of the Adamites, all right? Yes, we all come from Adam, but the Lord separated a portion of the Adamites that was special unto him, which were known as the sons of God, which essentially became what? The sons of Israel, the Israelites. And how do we know this to be sure? Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra. Let's go to chapter 6. We'll start at verse 54 and read on down. And it reads, "After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all," listen closely, "and all the people also whom thou hast chosen." I'll read it again. "And all the people also whom thou hast chosen." Verse 55, "All these have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes." See, it's all made for the children of Israel. That's why the scriptures tells us in the future prophecy, Esau is the end of this age, the end of this world, but Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, because it all belongs to us. Verse 56, continuing on, and it tells us, "As for the other people, which also cometh of Adam," that's all the other nations, "thou hast said that they are nothing, but likened unto spittle, and has," bear with me 1 second, "and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel." Verse 57, "And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us, and to devour us." Verse 58, "But we," here's another good point, "but we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their" what? "Hands. For if the world be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?" Right? Remember, in that scripture, verse 58, he called us what? "Whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten." Now let's come from here and let's go to Exodus chapter 4, right? Remember what the Lord told Moses when he was in Pharaoh. We're just proving who the sons of God are from Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. In verse 21, listen to what the Lord told Moses. "And the Lord said," and the Lord in all caps is Yahweh, "said unto Moses, when thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in thine hand. But I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go." Verse 22 is the point. "And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Remember, we're also known as what? Yashar Allah. What? We're princes of the power, because we're the Lord's firstborn son, right? We were those gods in Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. Bear with me 1 second, Baba Kushat. Let me turn back to this, right? So let's pick it up in verse 2. Now the sons of God saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair. Got one more precept for you. Let's turn to further prove who are the sons of God. Psalms chapter 82. 82 and verse 6. And I'm sure you brothers already know where I'm going with this, right? Psalm chapter 82. 82 and verse 6, right? 82 and verse 6, okay? And it reads, I have said ye are gods, and you are all children of the Most High, Yashar Allah. But see, we were those fallen ones. And I'm about to get to it here. I'm about to, it's a bit of a spoiler, but when you get to those Nephilim, that's what it's referring to. Verse 7 makes it clear, but ye shall die like men, and shall fall like one of the what? Princes. Because we are those Nephilim. We are those sons of God that fell away. When you get, let me turn back here, right? Let me turn back to Genesis, right? Let's pick it up in verse 3. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with men, for that he also is flesh, and his days shall be 120 years. Verse 4. There were giants. When you go into the word giants in the Greek, when you look it up in the blue letter, it goes into the Nephilim. That's going into what? Those fallen ones, right? The Christian world teaches you that we're what? Fallen. The giants were what? Fallen angels. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them, which the same became mighty men, which were of old men of renown. Now, scripture I want to bring out very quickly to prove that the men of Israel are likened unto angels. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, verse 38 through 40, right? Bear with me 1 second. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, and let's go over to verse 38, right? And it reads here. Let me jump down to verse 39. Unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Osea, and Amos, and Micah, and Joel, and Adias, and Jonas, and Nahum, and Habakkuk, and Sophias, and Agus, and Zacharias, and Malachi, which are called an angel of the Lord. You see, we were those angels. We were those sons of God. We were those men who fallen away because we fell from our first estate, right? You see that? But let me continue on in verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every man, his imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only continually evil. And I'll stop right there because that's the point that I wanted to make. I think I'm going to make a series out of this, going over the sons of God, the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked, because that's what we almost comprehend, that we are the sons of God. We are those fallen ones that fell away from our power. And I hope that this quick lesson through the Spirit has been edifying. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Shalom.